I don't mean no pneumonia. Rats keep me up on these hoes. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture.
You got a picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasant's disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to Dustin? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I see that new bay alert, gonna be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Mayfield now on 2nd down. And incomplete. Matthews the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. A first down carry here for Johnson. Broken tackle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Johnson. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his tight end, Njoku. They give him a gain of 38. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Christian Covington in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the 1st quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They were forced to punt last time. I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield underneath for Johnson. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a back. Oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And here comes the Texans now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
52's the mic, boy, 52.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Watson now to throw. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
Mayfield on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. From the gun, Mayfield going up top. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with Foreman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Third and long. It's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taking it about the 36. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Second down, Mayfield. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the Texans say they have it, they do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. Unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A carry for Foreman. Space to run past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's the way to start a drive, and that's the way to continue a drive. Back-to-back, nice chunk plays. And if you're the offensive coordinator in your chess match with the defensive guy, you're thinking maybe you put him in a spot where he's got to load up against the run because that last one was a really nice play. What are you going to do now? Do you go ahead and play into it, continue to run the ball? Play action, try and hit him over the top? You've got to feel like you have the advantage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Watson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Foreman. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They run again with Foreman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Come back, come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
He'll get it up the middle. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal.
Hey, you got 3 down. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the line.
Here's Watson on the sneak. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here's and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he slings one that's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mayfield now. That's Njoku over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
They had two tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They go to Johnson again. And some room to maneuver. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Carlos Hyde, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Look at the spin. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Single. Tiger. Check. 53 Smite. Check. 53 Smite. Come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. He's got this to the... .30 before being taken down. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Four down. Check. Four down.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Now Watson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Watson. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time up.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Check. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some space here. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Important extra point up and through, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 64 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully. Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here's Watson, option left. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
3 down, 3 down. 552.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Come back, come back. 3 down, 3 down.
Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about